the second take of the video. I looked through all 20 minutes of footage and apparently the focus did not catch whatsoever. This is why I need a monitor for my camera. So anyway, without further ado, we are here to break down the 42 series of cards for the MLB The Show 21 Team Affinity Progress. So let's get started. Alright, so for those of you guys who are new to the channel or who are new to this kind of content in general, I am MLB The Show is the game I mainly play on this channel. You'll see some other stuff if you dig farther down, but MLB The Show is right there. It's been the whole thing the whole time pretty much, and that's really all I have to say about myself. But if you guys are new to MLB The Show in general, a lot of you Xbox people out there, or maybe you're just decided to play on PlayStation all of a sudden, welcome. This is a very friendly community, and I just want to say that it's good to have you here. So, like I said, this is for the Team Affinity, which is something that you do certain missions for in order to complete progress. So, you know, my favorite team is the Cardinals, so I would be, doing missions to unlock rewards in the Cardinals Team Affinity, whether that be, pack rewards or player rewards, you name it, anything. So we're going to go ahead and dive deep into that, but first we have the 42 series pre-order pack. So there are 10 legends that are going to be part of that pre-order pack, and depending on which pre-order bonus pack you got, you ordered one or two. The first set was revealed a couple weeks ago. We have Bob Gibson, Jackie Robinson, Ken Griffey Jr., Mariano Rivera, and Willie Mays, all cards who were in the game last year. And next up, in the next set of that pack, was Hank Aaron, Frank Thomas, Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken Jr., and Pedro Martinez. Hank Aaron and Pedro Martinez are actually brand new legends that have never been in the game before, and this is the first time they're in the game. Like I said, these packs are only available during pre-order. I don't know if you can get the card at the market somewhere else at some point in the game. Hopefully you can. That would be really nice for collections. I have a feeling there's going to be a 42 series collection reward, which is why I think that these aren't the only legends as part of that series, but I'm going to touch on that a little bit more later, and we're going to go ahead and jump into the Team Affinity. We have some cards with attributes which were revealed by Sony partners and YouTubers, as well as cards without attributes, and those were revealed by Sony San Diego Studio themselves. So the first card I want to look at was actually revealed by Twin Gaming TV. With these YouTubers, I'm going to go ahead and put their links to the channels in the description because, spread the love, right? Twin is another MLB The Show YouTuber who is also a Cardinals fan like myself. And he went ahead and revealed Jack Flaherty. His three big standout attributes will be those first three. You see stamina, hits per 9, and K per 9. Those are probably the best you're going to get out of a starting pitcher this early in the game, especially a diamond one. But his walks per 9 could be better. I mean, it's a nice number, But his home runs per 9 don't even matter because that stat's not implemented in the game anymore, and nobody really cares about his fielding stats. His velo and break are, they're decent. They're not bad. But what we really want to look at is his, his pitch selection. He's got a 4-seam, slider, knuckle curve, sinker, and changeup. His sinker was actually a 2-seam last year at the start of the year, so it's nice to see that they've relabeled it as a sinker. Sinkers have more depth, so instead of moving straight across the plane, it'll actually move, downward. So that'll be really good for trying to get ground outs in the show. It's actually a really effective pitch, while the 2-seam is just kind of there. The next one was revealed by one of my personal favorites, Fuzzy, and he revealed Franmil Reyes, the Franimal from Cleveland. Of course, he was one of my favorite Padres to watch out here in California. Well, I guess I'm not technically in California right now, but you get the idea. He's going to be the best hitting card in the game that you can get your hands on this early, like hands down. It's no contest. I mean, he's got 75 and 99 contact, 106 and 89 power. His vision is going to be what balances his hitting out because it's not that high, but still it's not even that low. And his hitting stats his fielding stats are actually not that bad to begin with. You would expect Franmil Reyes card to have like below 65 fielding at best, but he's actually got 70. So I believe he'll have the silver badge for fielding, which means he'll be okay. He'll be okay in right field. He's not going to be the best, but he's not going to be the worst. You can certainly get a lot worse options. His speed is, kind of whatever, but he's a big guy who hits home runs. Hopefully you don't have to run around the bases too much with him. The next guy was actually revealed to the community by Movie Gaming, and Salvador Perez. He's always had a really glitchy swing. He's always had a really good card. Or just a really good swing that plays above his attributes, and you can expect to see this here. When I say glitchy, when the community says glitchy, it means that the swing just works better in the game. So with Salvador Perez, you obviously have decent contact, not too bad. Power is actually pretty decent too for this early in the game, and then his vision is where that's going to help out the most. Vision is an attribute that basically determines the size of the PCI, the plate coverage indicator. His discipline and clutch, they don't really matter. Well, clutch matters a little bit, but this one doesn't matter. Everything else after this doesn't matter. His fielding is probably one of the best of where it's going to get. Day one, he's got 78 fielding, 77 arm strength, and 80 reaction. 76 blocking is kind of whatever, but that's what you can expect out of a game or out of a day one catcher. But he's going to be a really good hitter, especially if he's just going to be a really good hitter. This next one was revealed by Kevin God, the Toronto native. I don't think he's from Toronto, but he's a Blue Jays fan, and he revealed Bo Bichette to us. So Bo Bichette's always been like a pretty decent card. His swing last year was kind of weird. It was good in the first year, but it was good in 19, but it wasn't that good in 20. But we've seen some footage that may make it look like it's been improved. But we have 80, 91 contact, which is pretty good. 74 and 79 power, which is decent. Vision 75, so you're not going to lose much there. His clutch is 96, however, and his fielding is more than enough for a day one shortstop, I would believe. His speed's not too bad either, but his fielding stats and his hitting stats are pretty balanced overall, and I think he's going to be a pretty good day one. Heading over to the Los Angeles Angels, this one was revealed by Cougs46, another one of my favorites to watch, and he revealed David Fletcher, who is probably the best contact hitter on this whole entire list. He's going to be a really valuable card to have, especially in the beginning of the game when power isn't really there. But as you can see, he's got 92, 87 contact, 49, 49 power, which is tough. He's got 106 vision, which is going to be really helpful, and 114 clutch, which is going to be helpful in scoring positions or scoring situations. His fielding, however, is where this card really stands out. He's got 99 fielding and 99 reaction, which means not only is he going to field the ball most of the time, he's going to get really good reactions on it most of the time too. His speed is kind of whatever for a shortstop, but you get what you get, and this card is pretty good overall. The Phillies one was actually revealed by Shelfie. If you guys don't know him, again, check the description. He's really good. I love watching those guys. Contact is 81, 93. Power is 80 and 89, which is really good. His discipline doesn't even matter anymore. Vision's going to be decent. Clutch is going to be pretty good. His fielding is where this card really, slouches, I guess. But I mean, you kind of expected that. McCutcheon's, he's heading towards the end of his prime as far as fielding goes. He used to be one of those premier defensive guys, but now he just hits. And this card is going to rake because McCutcheon's another one of those guys who has a really glitchy swing to start off with. Okay, so now that we've seen all those cards with attributes, those are the only cards we got that were with attributes, by the way. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the Sony San Diego reveals. And we're going to go ahead and start in the AL Central with the Tigers, Nico Goodrum. He's got another pretty glitchy swing, and he's a switch hitter. His Topps Now card, Silver, was actually really good in 2019, I believe it was. Yeah. So this card will be another good pickup, I would say. Jose Barrios for the Twins. He's going to be another really good card to pick up. just for pitching. He's got some pretty nasty stuff, but we'll see how he plays in the game. Sometimes it's hard to replicate how well pitchers do in games. Like for Devin Williams last year, in his finest card, they had to add a screwball because that was the only pitch that really matched his true action. So he had 2 changeups. Heading over to the AL East, we have Anthony Santander, who is going to be another good bat, especially in right field. He's, I don't know how his defense is going to play out, but his stick is going to be pretty hot. We have Xander Bogaerts, another power-hitting shortstop, who his fielding is probably going to suffer the most out of this card. Giancarlo Stanton, again, all these AL East guys, their fielding is going to be kind of suspect just because they're power hitters. So Stanton, another guy who's going to suffer from fielding. Joey Gallo, however, he is probably going to be one of the most power-heavy guys on this list. He's not going to have a lot of contact, but if you do make contact with him, his power is just, this guy's a home run machine. We had the 89 Gallo get released last year, and he was stupid with power. So, and his fielding is pretty good too. I would say his fielding is probably going to be close to 90, and his arm strength is going to be well above 90, I would say. And he can play anywhere else you put him. Over in Houston, boo! We have Yordan Alvarez, who honestly I don't even remember. I don't think he was part of that. But Yordan Alvarez as their 42 series card. He is a really, really good card, in my opinion. Like, he's going to be one of the best, if not the best, hitting card on opening day. Like, no shot. His fielding is going to suck, to be honest. But I used his gold card for the better, for like the first quarter of MLB 20, and he was just so good. I couldn't stop hitting home runs with him. And then for the A's, we have Jesus Luzardo, another left-handed pitcher you might want to pick up. He's going to be pretty good, I think. His cards have been kind of weird in the past, but I think he'll have a sinker on it, and he might have outlier, which I'm not really sure. He can get it up that far, but I didn't have outlier on his Future Stars card last year, so I'm not really sure. Also, for those of you who are new to the game, outlier is just this little quirk that if your velocity is over, if the velocity stat is over 99, you're going to be throwing fastballs at 102 or sinkers at 102. Whichever pitch is your primary pitch or secondary pitch. All right, moving over to the NL Central now, we have Jason Hayward playing right field for the Cubs. This card's usually pretty good against righties. His fielding is going to be kind of whatever, but his arm strength is going to be huge. He might have pretty good stats against righties, but against lefties, he's not going to be anything special. Ke'Bryan Hayes was another card that people were looking forward to this year because of his Future Stars card from last year, and because he's another Rookie of the Year candidate. I mean, I'm rooting for Dylan Carlson, but what do I know? His hitting stats are going to be pretty balanced overall. I'm not sure how his fielding stats are going to play because I never really used the Future Stars Ke'Bryan Hayes card from last year. Luis Castillo is going to be the choice for the Cincinnati Reds. This card is going to be one of the weirdest cards that you see because obviously Castillo is a great pitcher and his attributes are going to be really good. But the thing is, he is a really hittable card, or at least he has been in the past few years. Maybe they fixed something in his mechanics to make him a little bit better, but I've always been able to hit him really well, and I've never really had success with him on the mound for me. So, moving over to the NL East on the Nationals, we have Patrick Corbin. And again, another good starting pitcher. He's going to have really good off speed, and he's going to be left-handed, so that might be a nice pickup for you, early in the game. For the Braves, we have Dansby Swanson. Obviously, with Acuna being as overpowered as he is, he's probably going to start out as a 90 to start the year. But hey, Lieutenant Dan, he's going to be really good, I think. Especially since he'll be super balanced. His contact is going to be high. His fielding is going to be pretty decent. I wouldn't expect too much power out of this card, though. Dominic Smith, I would expect a lot of power out of this card, especially against righties. His righty stats might be better than his lefty stats, but he's going to be a pretty good card overall. He's going to have some decent fielding, too. He's one of the better fielding first basemen in the league, and that's just how it is. Or at least he was in the game last year. I don't know how they're going to take that approach this year. Max Muncy has got to be one of the best left-handed bats that you can get in the game because he is just so smooth. His swing is really nice, and I honestly can't get enough of it. Doesn't matter what grade he is, if he's silver or bronze, he's going to be a really good swing and a really good card to pick up. And first base defense doesn't really matter, but from what I remember, Muncy has decent defensive stats as well. For the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte is going to be their choice. He's going to have okay fielding stats. He's not going to be anything special out in center field, but his switch hitting, the fact that he can switch it, and the fact that he's going to have a little bit more power against lefties, I believe, from the right side, You know, he's gonna have some power there. His contact and power versus righties is not going to be as good, but I still think it's going to be decent enough to win him a starting spot opening day. Mike Yastrzemski over with the Giants. He is also going to be a good pickup, I think. He's always been, you know, really nice, a really good bat, and I don't see that changing at all. His stats against lefties are actually going to be better than righties, but he's still going to be pretty good against righties. Trent Grisham from the Padres. He's going to be pretty decent as well. This is one of my favorite Padres cards to use, to be honest. Tatis obviously being the first because his swing is just super smooth, but Grisham has another really smooth swing. His stats against righties are going to be pretty power heavy. His stats against lefties are going to be kind of whatever, I think. But his fielding might be where he shines the most because his live series cards, or at least from what I understand from that video that SDS put out, his live series card has a diamond badge under it. So something tells me his fielding is going to be pretty good on day one. All right, so those are all the cards that have been revealed to us so far. We are still missing a few from the Marlins, Brewers, Mariners, Rockies, and the White Sox, as well as the Rays. So we're still missing 6 cards from the active MLB teams, and personally, I still think we're missing 2 cards from the Legends. I'm not saying that they're going to be part of that pack. I'm not, because I think the pack is done. I think the pre-order pack has 10 Legends, and that's it. They're not going to reveal any more for that specific pack. But I do think that whether it be on launch day or later on in the year, there will be 2 more cards revealed for the 42 series. I personally think those 2 cards are going to be Legends, and my honest predictions are either Roberto Clemente or Prince Fielder. So those are the 2 hitters, I would say, and then Fernando Valenzuela. Fernando's a new pitcher, a new left-handed pitcher who would be really good to use in the game, especially early on, and then obviously Prince Fielder and Clemente would be really good to have in the field and to have as a bat. So those are my honest predictions. I don't know when or if they're even going to be revealed, but if you do the math, we have 30 MLB teams, so 30 cards per, or 1 card per team, 30 cards, 10 Legends in the Legends pack, 40 cards. It would only make sense if they're going to do a 42 series the week and release the game the week of Jackie Robinson Day. It would only make sense for them to have 42 cards, in my honest opinion. And that's why I think they're going to be Legends. They could even surprise us and bring on 2 completely new Legends that they haven't even revealed yet. But in my honest opinion, it's going to be those 2 hitters and Valenzuela. So, this is my first official video on MLB The Show 21, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was all in focus this time because I don't want it to not be. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video because there's going to be a lot more content like this coming, especially now that we are, just over 3 days away from the pre-order release, which I did pre-order it, so you guys will be getting some early content. It's going to be nice. But yeah, hopefully to see you guys in the next one. And go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, do what you want to do with it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.